Hi Catherine, so we're now looking at your fourth video from the camps. So here we're looking at your touch turns. So it's a great turn to work on because if you get this right, you're doing the exactly same turn from fly to fly, fly to bike, breast to breast and breast to free. So it's like four turns in one. So the biggest thing I like to focus on this turn is turning backwards around the wall rather than sideways. So there's a few things here. Look, as we're approaching the wall, make sure you're maintaining your streamline rather than letting your hands come apart because that's obviously going to slow you down. As you hit the wall, stay as small as possible. So that means keeping your eye line down, keeping your chin closer towards your chest. And then, like I said, we want to go backwards around the wall. Here you can see you putting all the effort into driving your knees up towards your left hand side and pulling your elbow back with that left elbow. So both those things are resistance against the water, and then you've got a little bit of delay as you're trying to get yourself all the way around onto your side to push off the wall rather than having your feet, knees, hips, chest, body, everything, eyes facing towards 10 o'clock. So you're kind of over rotating around the wall, and that's means there's a little bit of a delay getting past. So even though you got quite a smooth turn and you're staying low to the surface of the water, which is good, we can make it smooth and easier by just thinking about the angle. Okay, so here, drive your knees straight up underneath rather than you can see there, letting your knees come over to the side, pulling the elbow back and twisting and pivoting against the water. You can also see one of the big dangers of this is as you're coming into the wall, if you're anticipating the wall, not only you're breaking your streamline, but you start dropping one of the hips and start pulling one elbow back earlier. So you end up in the danger of touching with one hand. So be very, very careful of that. So once you've touched the wall, don't lift that head and drive your knees straight along those green arrows. So they're going to fire straight up towards your chest, straight underneath you. So from here, I shouldn't be able to see your legs at all. Rather than what we've done now, look, is pull them towards your side. All your effort's going into pulling that elbow back. Now, I know you've worked on turns with us before, and that's always been just a habit you found very hard to break, is to put all the effort into the upper body. We want to put the effort into the lower body. So remember on those first drills where we're thinking about laying out on the surface of the water, driving our knees straight to their chest and doing that backwards somersault. We want to then use that momentum of going backwards and putting that into your full turn here. So what we want to do is drive your knee straight up till you're on your back, and then your top hand is going to be, which for you would be your right hand, palm towards your face. Left hand wants to stay close by your ear, both arms, elbows in tight, and then as you push off, that slight pivot of the hands and the upper body means that you would be towards 10 o'clock looking at a clock face, rather than what happens to yourself is to get all the way onto 9 o'clock, almost past that, and push off. So from here, look, knees would drive straight along that green line, rather than as you can see now, look at that space between your chest and your knees. The bigger the space is, the more momentum. You're on your side, then you got to push all your legs against the water, going up towards the wall, and then you're pushing against the water with that bottom arm, look, going in the opposite direction. So in both sides, you're fighting against the water, and there's that delay look trying to get yourself almost all the way onto your belly before you push off. So I've just included a few videos here of me doing this turn, just to give you a little bit of visual. Like I say, I'm approaching the wall here on butterfly, exact same turn. Notice the eye line stays down, driving the knees up as a little tip. Keep the toes pointed so the water's going straight along your foot, like where your shoelaces would be. And if you're looking from vertical, you can see here, look, you can't see the legs from looking at this angle because they're coming straight up under your body. And there's no effort required in this almost whatsoever because I'm not forcing myself against the water, keeping the eye line down. So as the knees drive up, the water is going to come across the back of the head. And then you can see, look, that top hand, palm's going to go towards my face. And then as I'm planted, I'm at that angle, look there. So you either want to be at 10 or 2, just like you would do on freestyle. And then as you push off, you're gradually going to rotate onto your front, either using your fly kick to get yourself all the way around if you're doing butterfly, or just gradually come onto your front before you start your breaststroke onward sequence. So I've included the key pointers here that I want you to focus on. I also want to think about using the drills we did on the camp and then implement them back into the full turn. So remember, we started laying out on the surface, fingertips on the trough, just driving our knees straight up underneath us. Then we were lying on the surface, just in the middle of the pool, driving those knees up, trying to get that full somersault. Then we're using that invisible wall drill, laying out flat again, same position, drawing those knees up towards your chest. And then when you're halfway around, turning the hand angle so you got palm to the face, palm by the ear, and then extending like you're pushing off an invisible wall. And then we're building that up into the turns. We're practicing inside of that chair. Everything's just making sure that we're going backwards around the wall, focused on the lower body rather than the upper body, and trying to use your upper body to twist and rotate and force against the water. Okay, we want to make it as smooth and effortless as possible. All right, I hope all that makes sense again, Catherine. I hope all these videos are going to be beneficial and help you out. Any questions on any of them, remember, we're always here to try and help. So best of luck practicing that in training, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Well done.